Let's start together how to form a speech. A correct one, a good one that will attract your audience attention. How would we start? It's very important to know how do we start a speech, okay? There are many ways to start speeches, but in your book, you have only 5 ways to start a speech. We call them attention getters. So you are going to study 5 attention getters in order to start your speeches. Now, as I told you before, researchers and studies and the majority of audience have concluded that there are 3 which are the best to attract their attention. Number 1 is the quotation. They said that if the speaker is using a quote that is used or that is said by someone famous, someone wise, someone that is well known and respected, people will always get attracted. For example, if you're giving a speech in UAE, you would use a quote by Sheikh Zayed or Sheikh Muhammad or any famous figure that would connect relationship with the audience and the speaker. So quotations number 1, and you have to mention the person. You can say according to, or then you say the quote and then you say said by, reflected by, explained by, informed, any of those vocab words that you might use to show that those are not your own words and you are quoting someone. Number 2, rhetorical questions. What are rhetorical questions? Those are questions that do not need answers. They will just make your audience think about your topic. Make sure that when you use those rhetorical questions, you use the keywords of your speech. Let's say my speech is about panic attacks. So my questions will include those words. Number 3, sharing stories with the audience. Stories. Who doesn't like a story? All of us love stories. Some people excel in telling stories. So it's a very good way to start a speech, sharing a personal story. What about adding humor to this story? This will also give credibility and give value to your story or your attention getter. It will also make your audience feel connected to your speech. So one more time, the 3 most important ways to start a speech, and the 3 ways that are commonly used are the quotations, rhetorical questions, and stories. In your book, you have 2 more attention getters. Referencing, making references when you mention or you refer to a person who had been in the same situation before. You say, today I am going to speak about panic attacks, and I have here Maali, who suffered from panic attacks and was able to overcome those attacks. So you refer to someone in the audience who had been in the same situation or who has a relationship to the what? To the topic. Number 5, and please pay attention to that. There is something called startling statements. What are those kinds of statements? When the speaker is starting using a topic that everybody is, of course, interested in. And then he switches his words and say that I am not here today to speak about this. I am speaking about something else completely different. And of course, he's using the topic he's using about. For example, have you ever listened to music? And I ask about music and how music is relaxing and so on. And then I say, today I'm not going to speak about music. I am going to speak about panic attacks and how to overcome them. This is a way that some speakers use. But this is a tricky way and a double-sided way. Why? From one side, people would accept that and they would get attracted to it because of this switch or twist. And then other people won't like it. They would say, what's this? Is the speaker fooling us? In the beginning, I thought you speak about something and then you change your point or you change your idea. So they call it a backfire attention getter or a backfire way of starting a speech. So one more time, when you start your speech, you need to use one of the attention getters that we studied.